Hey right guys, we're just going to do a quick sort of blog video on our pitch feedback and what our action plan is from now on.
So first I want to talk about the narrative, and Miss McCluckie didn't like how extravagant it was. I'm going to talk particularly about our final scene. What we wanted was basically a big... with the song Iris, it leads up, doesn't it? And at the end it's really more motion in his singing, the instruments, so we want to convey that in our narrative.
We wanted this big crescendo, this big finale of an ambulance crashing into a woman, big tragedy scene, crying, like raining, death, or probably like a massive big thing.
And it'd be too difficult to
we're not Colin Tilley, we haven't got millions and millions of dollars to spend on this. And so we just thought, well, Miss McCluckie brought us back down to earth and said, you're not Spielberg, you can't pull this off. And so we've decided, we first of all decided to cut our percentage of 60-40 performance and narrative to around 80-20, possibly even 90-10.
I think 80-20 would be our...
Yeah, and so 20% of the video will be narrative, so it's a lot less, but it's still enough to make it memorable.
And what we decided to do was, throughout the video, keep the concept of what we want to do, but execute in a more simple manner. And what I mean when I say this is, you'd see the boy, we would see a girl around school, he'd bump into her, he'd see her, and she wouldn't notice him, and just little things like that we could execute quite simply and well, but it would still convey the theme what we wanted.
We thought we'd get rid of the big extravagantness, but keep the essential core of the narrative, which is the emotions and the sympathy which eventually comes from the audience to the main male protagonist. Because obviously,
and what you tell them about our final scene?
Yeah, the final scene is basically just a big punch of the video, which is, like we said, he's been spending the whole entire video trying to pluck up the courage to speak to her, and he finally does that in the final scene, and he sort of chases after her, he's about to say something to her, and we see like an eyeline match over his shoulder. She gets into a car with a boy and kisses him, which we're going to say is her boyfriend. And so we then see the sort of close-up of his emotional face, and like we said, that's the real punch, and that was the punch we were always going to have, the fact that he couldn't get what he wanted, which is her. We're conveying it in a more simple, yet idealistic way.
So that's our narrative. I want to move on to our performance notes now.
She was Miss McCluckie was much more sort of favourable towards her performance, which is why she wanted more of it.
And that does explain why she wanted more of it. So we've talked already about the percentage. We want about 20% more, 60 to about 80 for performance. And she also, when we proposed our first pitch, we proposed a 3-piece band. She told us we needed 4.
Our reasoning behind doing the 3-piece band was because
the
Gucci was himself a 3-piece, but the difference is we were going to have a lead singer and 2 guitarists, whereas they have a lead singer who plays guitar and 2 more guitarists and a drummer, and that's how they've got a drummer and 2 guitarists, one of the guitarists being the lead singer. And so from now, I'm going to be the lead singer. We've then got 2 proper real guitarists who play guitar outside of school, and we've also got a drummer who's worked as well. And I like the idea of what we've got now is because all of the people involved all have a similar look, the rocky sort of feel to them, all already wear the sort of clothes that we're going to put them in, and so they're going to feel comfortable in the position that they're in.
And with a 4-piece band, I think it's easier to bounce off each other, use each other. In our animatic that we created for our storyboard, we actually had like bouncing off each other using the same mic with the guitarist and the lead singers. So it just makes it a bit more real.
Yeah.
And a bit more...
And I think also like, because I was when I did the animatic, and when we were doing the animatic, I realised, not for the first time, but it really hit me of how big and long the instrumental is. It's around 1 minute 35 seconds, and so it's massive. And so we are going to put quite a bit of narrative in there. We also we've got a big guitar solo, some really big scenes, and so that's why we need a big band who can back it up.
Yeah, and it's important not to be too repetitive with the same people, and having another person really does change the outlook on it.
And so that's basically it, guys. That's our action plan.
There's one more thing we want to talk about with performance. Basically, we proposed a setting.
Oh yeah.
We proposed kind of a dark setting to match the music, and Miss said no. You need to be able to see the performers. and what we proposed was filming in like a stage. We found a stage and we booked a
Yeah, we booked a stage. We got in touch with stage, managed to get it free of charge.
So yeah, we're going to have a big stage, we're going to have lighting, and it's going to have a background, we can all bounce off each other, and that is the final thing, correction that we're going to make.
Yeah, because obviously, like I said, if you watch our Contentions video previously, we did talk about in indie sort of rock music, there was a lot of stage performance and a lot of performance from the artists, and so that's why I was chosen that setting. And so yeah, that's our action plan, guys.
That is it.
And I'm really looking forward to filming this, and so
Thanks for watching.
yeah, see you later on.